Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, Freya's Crone. My name is Melody. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome, and welcome back to my returning subscribers from my other channel. I'm grateful for each and every one of you guys and all the love and support that you have given me on this YouTube journey. So to connect with this video, press a thumbs up and then tell me a little bit about how this video resonates with you in the comment section below. If you are not yet subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and a little notification bell, and always share the video with somebody who you think will resonate or need a particular message out of the video. This is a general reading, so only take the messages that resonate with you. This is also for the first month of 2026, January. And it is also for the star sign of Pisces. Doesn't matter where your placement is, Pisces. I'm not putting a particular placement on it. Just take it if it resonates with you. Alright? Alright, Pisces. So, the first card we're going to pull is the Enchanted Map Oracle card. We're going to see where you're at on your journey starting 2026, which is an energetic year of 10, or you could go to a number 1, which could be your life path number. Pisces, what's going on with my Pisces? I don't know. I see something. It looks like a kind of a pineapple ring. I don't know why they would show me something like that, or something like a sunflower, because in the center of this ring was black. So maybe a sunflower. Some of you may like sunflowers. For the month of January. Alright, so since they're showing me like that sunflower image, for some of you, you know, sunflowers grow all summer long, and then at the end of summer, beginning of fall, they sometimes stay until then as well. It's like they make it through Indian summer. The energy of summer is coming through here pretty strong, so maybe something about summertime, summer of 2026. Or maybe something summer 2025 even. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pull your Enchanted Map Oracle card, Coming Apart. So there could have been, maybe some two-faced energy here. Two people that turn their backs to one another. You can see it kind of looks like two females. Maybe getting their masks ripped off. So it could be involved with you and another person, with the energy of 46. So 46 adds up to a 10, which is what 2026 adds up to. So maybe 202 could be important, because 202 adds up to a 4. Could be something about 10 years ago as well. Remember I said something about last year, last summer. Something could have come apart last summer in April, June, or October. Take a look at the bottom of the deck, wide open. A number 42, which is a 6. I see a butterfly, which symbolizes rebirth. It also symbolizes spirit. And then I see this person is surrounded by a bunch of light. Like they're standing out in the wide open. They're standing on top of that mountain. and they could be seeing the light of something. All right, they're Pisces. So let's talk about number 46 as far as where you're at on your journey. Now is not the time to take separate paths. Now is the time to take separate paths. Yeah, that's why this person is standing on top of this mountain. This could have been a hard decision for somebody, but they're telling you slow and steady wins the race. And listen to your intuition. Something about songs, something about unknown. Maybe there could have been some magic involved. Maybe you did some magic to send some sort of music to somebody, and somebody is hearing it. They're listening. I feel like they're not in a hurry. They're slow and steadily maybe moving. Somebody could be coming back towards you is something else that I'm getting for some Pisces. But that's that inspiration, that enlightenment that you're getting here. The coming apart card is a sign to put an end to what no longer is working for you. Has a commitment been broken? Perhaps you need to break a promise or change course because you took on more than you could handle. This is a perfect time to reassess your goals and values. Are your actions in alignment with what you believe in? Have you created a partnership that is not mutually beneficial? Separation, disillusion, and dispersion are all in focus now. If someone wishes to break away from you, don't chase a relationship out of a sense of fear. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. Separation brings good fortune. So, Pisces, now you may be realizing that. That it was time to go your own way. Because a relationship that maybe you were in or was in or is not worth it. It's a broken commitment. Some of you may be changing your mind about this, but for some of you, I feel like you are realizing in 2026 that for some of you, you may be realizing why a particular relationship did not work. And you had to change your course. You had to go your own way. And I feel some of you could be reassessing your goals, reassessing why it didn't work. And it was because somebody's actions and belief systems were on two different pages. Remember I said there's a bit of a two-faced energy, two people. And the master falling off of both of you. The price you'll pay will not be worth the prize. You are free to express your uniqueness to the world and share in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. All manner of opportunities are presented to you at this time. The wide open card is a signal that you're able to truly manifest your dreams and your goals are in sight. Don't remain small and contracted. Instead, expand your horizons beyond what you believe to be your limitations. So again, somebody is perhaps, like I said, doing some magic. And it could be throwing the rock, hiding their hand, sending somebody subliminal music, subliminal songs, subliminal messages, hoping that somebody, it will slowly work, whatever this manipulation is. But in all actuality, somebody actually broke, because we have the 42 and 1-2, this adds up to a 9, broke the relationship. Why? Because I feel like they were very aware of The fact that something that they seen wasn't going to manifest is what I feel. Something wasn't going to manifest. An opportunity, like somebody could have did some magic for somebody to miss an opportunity. Because somebody may have left the other person. And now the other person, whether it's you or the person that you turned your back to, or they turned their back to you, however it resonates, they understand that this year is going to bring opportunities. Remember, this is that one energy. Because of the fact that somebody decided to change their mind and go in a different direction, somebody's mask has fell off. And because of this, somebody received a download or some sort of an inspiration with the butterfly there, that it's time to free this cocoon. It's time to, they're realizing how unique they are, right? And if somebody could have been casting spells out of envy, jealousy, possessiveness, to try to close you off, or perhaps you did this with some magic. Either somebody did this to you, or did somebody cast some magic on you, or you cast this magic. You were throwing the rock, hiding the hand, right? With this strong energy of music coming through here. Sending subliminal messages, sending subliminal songs. Messing with somebody's thoughts. Okay? So I'm kind of getting two different stories. Whether this was you, Pisces, or somebody did this to you. But I feel like with the 9 energy here, this person learned a lesson through this. They're actually seeing the light of who it truly was. Trying to blind you. From moving forward and gathering your wishes. I'm telling you something about that moon. I feel like they did it every moon cycle. Either you did it or somebody else did it. Why? Because I feel in 2025, somebody decided to change their mind and go their own way. And somebody was upset about it. So every moon cycle, somebody was either doing magic or gathering people around to do magic to try to cut off this person's inspiration. See how these two people are depressed? There was this mirroring energy. Somebody could have even did mirror magic. Alright, so let's move on. Alrighty, I had to take a look outside. It kind of sounded like it was raining there. I don't know if it is or not. Alrighty, for Pisces, what is Pisces' overall energy for the month of January? I feel for some of you, whoever you are, you definitely made the right choice. So if you're questioning the fact that you made the right choice by separating yourself from somebody who was wearing some sort of a mask, the answer is yes. And now, because you chose to listen to your intuition, the divine is going to offer you opportunities. They're going to present you with making dreams come true. You're going to be presented with perhaps a better relationship with other people, or a particular partner or person. Okay, Pisces. What is Pisces' overall energy for January 2026? Please and thank you, Spirit. Alright, so the Page of Fire in reverse. So, yeah, somebody with the Page of Fire in reverse, this is the Page of Page of Wands in reverse. Somebody's going to lose some sort of the mask is coming off about maybe somebody's trying to steal your ideas, right? Trying to disconnect you from your intentions, keeping you in maybe a fear-based energy. So there's that moon, doing something every moon cycle with that fire energy, the wizard energy, the spells. Page of fire can represent communication, can also represent somebody being immature, somebody trying, to cut off somebody's source of inspiration, because the Page of Fire represents the Page of Cups. This talks about that source of inspiration, that line to the divine. All right. And then we have the Nine of Cups. This is somebody who has very low self-esteem. This is somebody who is very codependent, needs somebody else to fill them up emotionally. This could be the end of last year, 2025 energy, because it is the 9-year where you're not going to accept poisonous offers. This is somebody who was throwing shade on somebody's source of inspiration. Why? Because they chose to go a different way. And now somebody knows that this person's dreams are about to come true. They're going to be presented with opportunities, and this is something that somebody did not want for that other person. Okay, temptation. So we have Sagittarius energy here, but it is this is the Devil card. This is Capricorn, right? Temptation, taking that bite out of the apple, right? Poisoning their thoughts, poisoning their emotions, poisoning their dreams. This is somebody who is very toxic emotionally, maybe emotionally abusive. Somebody could had to change a direction when it comes to a toxic person, a relationship, family, lover, business, or friend. So in 2026, right, with the 42 there, and then in the 6 energy, somebody is opening themselves up to other opportunities. Why? Because they've seen the light of this toxicity of this relationship. They seen through the mask of somebody being two-faced, right? They seen through somebody who is very codependent, somebody who's very toxic, somebody, like I said, could have been an emotional abuser. Even with this is the Devil card. This is about being tempted, right? Somebody offering that fruit of temptation, something that's sweet, but actually it was sour. It came from an entitled or sour emotional offer. This is also talking about drinking a cup of poison when it comes to your emotions, and how that poison snuffed out some sort of idea, or somebody could have stole an idea, is something else that I'm getting. Okay, the Queen of Fire. This is definitely somebody who's very energy manipulative, and that was underneath this one. 2 of Air. Somebody did not want somebody to make decisions, but somebody made the decision. We got 2. 666 could be significant here. That could be why the Devil card come out. Somebody could also be messing with the dark arts, dark magic. Somebody could have came to that realization. Somebody could have seen that in 2025. It may have taken a minute to see it, but that's because they perhaps were listening to what they were being fed, listening to these emotions. 2 and a 9 is 11. So somebody could be seeing 10, 11, 11, 10, 666, 999. They also, whoever separated in this relationship, business, lover, family, friend, after they separated, they realized that they were already um, at the top of this challenge, right? They already overcome this obstacle, this challenge, right? And now they broke free of the cocoon that this person was trying to wrap around them by what? Taking off the blinders, right? Um, Choosing to turn their back, and perhaps this could be in connection with the Cancer too, right? With the snail shell. Only bringing a part of themselves out of this shell that they wrapped around them to try to protect themselves. Somebody could have been doing bonding magic as well, is something else that I'm getting. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. 3 of water. Somebody, yeah, this could have been at least 3 people. But somebody had that awakening. They seen something from a different perspective. That's the truth, the whole truth, that they were just playing mind games with them. Mind games with a particular feminine. Business, lover, family, friend. Right? They felt like that you owed them something. But you've already been wounded so many times that I feel like whoever I'm talking to, it was nothing for you to make the snap decision. And I do feel it was a snap decision, right? Why? Because you were aware of this person's lies, their cold-heartedness, their subliminal messages, sending you song messages, right? Using their, and look, the Magician in reverse, using magic to send the messages. Some of you could have been sending subliminal messages or receiving subliminal messages to try to unalive yourself. But you made that choice to turn your back to that, because I feel like whoever I'm talking to, you realize that this person was playing with the dark arts. There was more people involved in this situation. I feel like for some of you, 2024, right, 2, 3, May 2024, May 24 could be significant. The Queen of Wands in reverse is somebody who uses and abuses their power, whether it be their intuition, whether it be magic, their intentions. This person's intentions was not for real. Okay. All right, so let's move on, Pisces. I'm getting 2 different messages. Remember that. The 3 of water in reverse is somebody who may have this addiction here, the Devil card, who has this toxic addiction, a toxic addiction. Whether it be because the 3 of Cups tells about that addiction. Somebody could be an alcoholic. Somebody could have a problem with alcohol. Somebody could have a problem with drugs, right? Somebody could just have a problem with having like codependency. Somebody could be codependent here. Somebody could be a habitual liar, a habitual energy abuser. Somebody could have been an energy manipulator, like to with their intentions did not align with what you were feeling. Is kind of like what I'm feeling here for somebody out there. Let's go ahead and see what signs that Pisces is seeing. Spirit of the fog, unclear, confusion, and shadiness. Yes, somebody was being shady. Somebody was being two-faced. Somebody was unclear with their emotions. Somebody was trying to cause confusion. Manipulating the situation, whether it be energetically, emotionally, mentally, right? Try to keep the wool over somebody else's eyes, right? Chills, that's confirmation. You felt it. Eggs, incubation. Yeah, you were in a period of incubation until this wound gets healed. Or this addiction, you overcome this addiction for some of you. And it thorns, hardships. Yeah, this temptation was a hard lesson. Some of you, somebody could have stole somebody's idea. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck, because I also see eggs as ideas. Spirit of the staircase, ascension, progress, the long way home. Yeah, it's been a long journey for somebody, but through in 2026, for some of you Pisces out there, you're going to be free from a situation. Why? Because you are going to get that vision. You're going to see straight through this situation, right? Of this smoking gun. I don't know why I say gun, but of seeing through the smoke, the cloudiness, the confusion that this person was causing you. For some of you, or you were doing this to somebody else, and another Pisces could be feeling this, or along them lines. But this was a hard lesson. Somebody has been in incubation period for a while, and in 2026, they are going to be free. They are going to be at the top of this obstacle and have that clarity, right? The clarity or the confirmation that they needed here. Seeing through the smoke. Something about that portal between full moon to full moon, or new moon to new moon. And we did have the new moon that started out in Sagittarius and rolled into Capricorn. How they were trying to intimidate you, right? But the crows warned you that this was coming, right? They told you, they made you aware that this was coming, that this is a big change, that something needed to end, this relationship needed to end. Somebody could have been doing death spells on somebody. Yeah. Alrighty, let's move on to what is happening for love. In love for Pisces. What is happening in the love sector for Pisces? Okay, so something that was paused is now going to move forward again. Why? Because you may have made the right decision. By what? Looking at something from a different perspective when it comes to this particular relationship, that maybe separation or turning your backs on one another was the best thing, because again, somebody was being two-faced here, throwing a rock, hiding the hand. They were coming in just to use all your wounds against you, play a lot of head games, play a lot of put a lot of fog in your brain, put a lot of confusion in your brain. Somebody was being very shady, try to put you in a basket, right? And you don't belong in there. You're meant to be unique. Somebody was playing yeah, somebody was like the thorn in their back. So we got Thor coming through here, and we also got, and what they just showed me, the Thor's eyes, which I can show you. Let me show you real quick what it looks like. It's the Thor's eyes rune. This shaped rune could be significant. Thor's eyes is about that demon here. That's what Thor's eyes is. It's like opening up the door to the demonic world. Somebody may have did that to you. Okay, so let's pull another card. Yeah, material world, right? Blocking your money, blocking your love life, blocking your money, causing a lot of confusion. Um, but what you did was you said, no, it's okay. I'm not going to allow you to pause things. I'm not going to allow somebody also. Um, I'm not going to allow you to pause me. I'm okay. I understand what you're doing, right? That it's time for me to take the next step on my own, right? To be able to build what I want to build, to do what I want to do, to accept opportunities. Yeah, conclusion with the key. So something I feel Pisces was very key, and it had something to do with your emotions. Not feeling worthy. Again, codependency energy, looking for somebody else to fulfill your cup. Why? Because you had low self esteem. And because of this low self esteem, there wasn't enough balance between your the intention that you put into it to keep this spark or this inspiration going in this relationship. Somebody knew that, right? That was the best thing to do, was change direction and decide to go on their own. Okay, we got the season of fall coming through. So again, October could be significant. October 29th could be significant. That's when maybe somebody did some sort of a ritual to try to block or pause somebody else's money, causing a lot of confusion, didn't want somebody to make their own money. Yeah, this is about love here. Somebody was like, and look, there's the candles and the pumpkin. There's the ritual energy, magic. Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck when it comes to love. Yeah, this lesson. Somebody needs to learn a lesson, or somebody is learning a hard lesson. Here, we do have an energy of a book where it looks like somebody was trying to skip a couple chapters, and then there's the illumination coming through. For some of you, you may be learning a hard lesson. For others of you, yeah, you're like the lesson here. You were their lesson. You're either teaching or you're learning. All right. So when it comes to love, I feel like there could be something new unlocking here. But I feel like somebody could have did some sort of a ritual in the fall season in 2024. Perhaps in May. Let's pull a romance angel. So when I feel like somebody also could be focused more on making money, trying to conclude the pause on their material world. And whenever this happens, I feel like something about fall energy, maybe fall 2026 could be significant here, where this pause on your money is going to conclude, and it may have something to do with another person, like being in a relationship, maybe somebody you already separated with. Somebody could have did something out of revenge or something else than getting to. Alright, let's pull a card for Pisces. Finances and career. Yeah. Your financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, and that can't be more on point with the material world in reverse and the pause. Somebody was really trying to pause your money because they knew if they paused your money, that it would pause their love life. Because I feel like whoever I'm talking to, it's like you're realizing that this is issues. Somebody could have been causing a lot of issues for somebody else here, trying to confuse them, trying to keep them mentally fogged because somebody chose to leave the other person. On the bottom of the deck, honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So there's that moon coming through there. Could have been three people. Um, Three people involved in this. In every moon cycle, they were trying to block somebody's clarity, perhaps trying to block their light from extending over to somebody. Why? Because they were very codependent and they didn't want somebody to stay optimistic about love. But whoever I'm talking to, whoever's going to resonate with this, you broke free, right? You broke free from this situation. You understand that this was a past life lesson. So, finances and career. So, somebody could be having whatever intention that somebody was sending out to pause somebody's money, I feel like is coming back to them. One person is going to move on to their opportunities that they were meant for, and then the other person is going to experience the intention that somebody put out for the other person, trying to poison their inspiration, trying to get them to stay codependent upon them. Finances and career. Money and love have historically been linked, and that's exactly what I am getting to. For somebody out there, you could have had somebody who knew that your love life and your finances were linked together. And they came together to partner up with you, or you did this to somebody else to try to pause and block their money and their love. Why? Because this was out of codependency, this was out of jealousy, this was out of envious, trying to put out that spark in somebody so that they would not get that inspiration. Somebody's intentions were not good here with the other person. I don't feel like this is the love partner. I feel like this is a different kind of a partner, whether it be family, lover, business, friend. Whoever this was, three people were trying to cause illusions. Three people. And trying to get somebody to not trust their thoughts. Fog. And this card points to its correlation. The romance angels want to disentangle you from financial and career pressure so that you may enjoy every aspect of your life, including romance. So something could be backfiring here. While work can be a source of heart-opening satisfaction, it must be balanced with other facets of love, such as playfulness and laughter. You received this card because you'd benefit from an infusion of such lightheartedness. Call upon the angels to elevate your mood, your energy levels, your finances, and your career, and anything else that will bring you peace. Right? So the moon that is coming very soon, which would be the first moon, I think, is June 3rd. Hold on a second. The first moon is January 3rd. Sorry about that. Something about June can be significant. January 3rd, 2026, when the full moon in Cancer. This talks about your home, your family, right? And then the moon after that would be January 18th, and it is a new moon that starts out in Capricorn, right here, the Capricorn card, and rolls over into Aquarius. So somebody could be connected to an Aquarius. And that could be one of the people that was in this circle that you tried to manipulate and verbally manipulate, intentionally manipulate, spiritually or energetically manipulate, right? So something is being cleared for the other person, and they're going to decide to move forward. All right. This clearing of this confusion is happening for somebody out there, and this idea is coming in. Somebody is finally taking off the emotional glasses and actually going to start to enjoy spending time together. This could be somebody new coming in. After a period of feeling isolated, of feeling confused, of feeling unsure, feeling this poisonous emotion, feeling empty, right? This emptiness that you feel inside, this over emotional approach to put out this inner spark within you. You could see that you're divinely protected here. And then look, there's a couple sitting in that boat. So I feel like maybe not directly in January 2026, but maybe February 2026. So between the moon, and you can see the moon on this card, right? So maybe between full moon to full moon in February, or new moon to new moon in February, through that portal. Alrighty. So let's keep moving forward. What's happening for Pisces with money? Please and thank you, Spirit. I do feel whatever was paused on a monetary level when it comes to money is concluding, and whatever mountain or issue that you were having or challenging you are having, you are going to come to the top. I feel like somebody's going to be thrown into the spotlight. I feel like it's been a long progress moving forward into this portal, but something about the moon portal could be significant here, Pisces. Alrighty, let's see here. Money wise, okay, the Queen of Raphael coming through emotionally. Somebody is very over emotional here. Somebody could be with the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Raphael in reverse. This could be somebody who's very emotionally manipulative, mentally manipulative, intentionally manipulative. This is somebody who was wearing the rose-colored glasses, causing a lot of confusion, causing a lot of shadiness here. And the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, trying to block your fortune, putting a pause to the material world. Some of you may have Pisces in the fortune, which Pisces is ascending. The ascending sign, by the way. Whatever your ascending sign, that's where your fortune sign is. At least in my situation. So the only way the wheel can go is up now. So I do feel if something was blocked for you, something was on pause when it comes to your money, when it comes to your relationships, I feel the wheel is going to finally turn around and come up into your favor, which means that pause is going to conclude and end. You are coming out of your cocoon. You are becoming that butterfly. You've learned the hard lessons. They keep showing me the crown of thorns on Jesus's head. It's like you're going to take down this. You're going to break out of this toxic cycle. Okay? This could have been your karma. Somebody could be receiving karma. Remember what I said. Whoever set the intention to block somebody else's money, their love life, that's coming back, right? That's coming back around. But right now, I feel like it's coming back around and somebody is receiving their karma. Okay, the Chariot. And I feel like whoever this person is over here in this partnership, you are moving forward, right? You are successfully moving forward. This could be strong Cancer energy. Somebody could have Cancer or Scorpio in their fortune. This could also be talking about retrograde. Let me see what the Wheel of Fortune is on here. Jupiter, 9th house. So Jupiter is definitely in retrograde. It is in retrograde in, I believe, Cancer. Retrograde in Cancer. And it ends in, grab my cheat sheets here, on March 11th. Pisces season. Jupiter ends March 11th, 2026 in Cancer. So things might not come, something's coming back around with the retro here. Maybe something was on pause because somebody needed to learn a lesson, right? The hardships, the lessons. So I feel like in March 2026, that pause is finally going to break free. And any delays that played a factor in blocking love for you and blocking your finances is finally going to move forward again. Why? Because you were determined to complete this karmic cycle. You acknowledge that this person was not good for you. They were abusing their psychic abilities. They may have even went as far as somebody abusing their magical abilities with the Queen of Raphael in reverse. Abusing that. Attacking it. Why? Because they were very codependent and they did not like your choice that you made to move on. Somebody was very codependent here. Very, very codependent. And I feel like in December, somebody could have seen this. All right, let's pull another one. 10 of Michael, yeah. The period of backstabbing, being betrayed, was a hard lesson that you have learned. And now that this lesson has been learned, you are finally pulling yourself up out of this pit. And you are realizing that all of the challenges that you have either overcome has been part of your growth. But yeah, after a period of being backstabbed and betrayed, or you doing this to somebody else, you're going to receive your karma. The other person is going to move on. They are coming up out of this ending of this cloudy confusion, right? They're realizing that they were protected and they were in incubation period. They had to learn this lesson. They had to go through this karmic cycle. Something maybe was supposed to end in February. Maybe somebody did some sort of a ritual in October. I feel like that's coming back around and biting somebody. Somebody's getting their karma for abusing their power. For the person that you were attached to, that you may have did this to you, they are now wide open and have set themselves up for perfect opportunities when it comes to their career. That's why they moved on. They gained that insight. They seen who was throwing the rock and being shady and who was causing the mental fog. They understand the words and the music and where it was coming from. All right, let's take a look at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we have Capricorn again, decisions. Release yourself from that which holds you back and need to detox unnecessary worry based on lack of self-confidence. Yeah, this person did not want somebody to feel confident about themselves, but feel confident in their belief systems. You could have played a lot of mind games with this person, and this person's like, you know what, I need to detoxify. I need to detoxify myself by separating myself. So I'm going to change this direction. Why? Because the path that I was walking down with you was not supportive. We were not on the same page. So I made that choice to go in a different direction, right? Yeah, somebody was really messing with the dark side here. But see how the cage is open and the birds are free, right? Somebody is freeing themselves from releasing themselves from the things that have held them back. Yeah, somebody wanted somebody to stay in this energy of hopelessness. Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio could also be the trio. Sagittarius is another thing. I don't know what. Oh, Capricorn. So it could be a Capricorn. Star sign Capricorn here is coming through strong. So somebody is getting their karma because abusing their power was virtually unnecessary. Abusing their power, perhaps over a star seed, trying to keep them in this hopeless energy, trying to keep them from making wrong decisions. Why? Because they did not want, or you did not want them to feel confident enough that they made the right choice to move on without you. Why? Because somebody feels rejected, right? Somebody feels rejected. And somebody decided to just move on, right? And they understood that they were going to heal from this decision and that it was the right person because somebody was just very codependent, wanting to hang on to them, right? And somebody was like, I would rather go at this job alone than deal with your backstabbing, shady, two-faced energy. That's for some of you. We have Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius. A group of people is what I feel was doing something every moon cycle. Alright, let's get a final angel message. Take the messages as they resonate. I'm getting two different stories. And chakra clearing wants to come out. Yeah, clearing that crown chakra. Clearing the crown chakra, the root chakra. Somebody could be doing root work on somebody. Clearing out that root chakra, clearing out that solar plexus chakra. Clearing out that sacral chakra. Just clearing out all the chakras in general. But I'm feeling strong root chakra. Somebody could have been abusing their power and doing root work on somebody, trying to cause them monetary delays, playing on their insecurities, playing on their intentions, using their wounds against them, trying to steal their ideas, their source of inspiration, trying to cut them off from it, trying to break them from keeping and making the next step. They're taking me to that red umbrella on that card. All right, so let's go ahead and cut the cards and pull your actual card. But I feel like Metatron wanted to come out right off the bat. So somebody needs to cut some cords here. Clairaudience. Yeah, they didn't want you to hear clearly. Or somebody was sending clairaudient telepathic messages to the other person. Yes, clairaudient is coming through, abusing their power. And the other person broke that string. They cleared out that chakra. They cleared out them subliminal messages and decided to go in a different way, which now is opening up the other person to the correct inspiration. That, you know what, when Jupiter, and somebody did this on purpose, by the way, the backstabbing, betrayal, somebody did this on purpose. Somebody abused their spiritual power to manipulate the situation because somebody decided to leave them out in the cold. So somebody played on somebody's mental state emotional state, and spiritual state. It's by sending subliminal messages. Remember, we got the elephant underneath that, right? The elephant underneath that. See the music, the notes, listening, trying to be shady, trying to make you not understand where they were coming from, trying to block you from moving forward. You got an orange or red balloon on there, trying to block you from heading towards your wishes. Yep, 3 people, wizards of awareness, wizards, witches, right? Trying to keep you blind, trying to get you to listen to their subliminal messages. But I feel like you turned your back to them. I mean, you've been moving on. You've been more in the flow. You know that slow and steady does not win the races, so you are working. You're taking that one step at a time. And through that one step at a time, somebody has climbed over this challenge, gained the awareness that, you know what, 2026, after Jupiter goes back into, forward into retrograde, that there is going to be an opportunity presented to you. Maybe March 24th could be significant, which will be right after 24th, would be 13 days after Jupiter goes direct. Alrighty, so somebody could have also overstepped some boundaries here, is something else that I'm getting. Metatron uses sacred geometric shapes to clear and align the chakra energy centers in our bodies. Mentally ask Metatron to open your chakras, and he'll gently send his Metatron cube, the shape pictured in the card illustrated. You know what I was seeing? Remember I said I've seen a sunflower? And like the shape, right? Through the crown chakras at the top of your head, the cube rotates downward, cleaning psychic toxins from the body and chakras. So something about the head, that could be your karma for what you did. Somebody could be losing their psychic abilities because they abused them, receiving that karma, while the other person moves forward to more opportunities, to the right opportunities. Somebody, you were really, either you were or somebody was doing this to you. When your chakras are clear, you feel more energized and have increased intuition. So somebody was really trying to lay it on thick. Metatron's aura is beautiful violet. It's seafoam green stripes. The crystal aligned with Metatron's energy is watermelon tourmaline. So you may want to get some of that, right? Yeah. Somebody is learning a lesson because somebody may not have listened to a message or a warning that was coming in. Now somebody could be worried, right, and have health issues. All right, thank you for watching and have a great day.